Hello?
హలో
యా రూమ్ 3 వినిపిస్తుందా?
వినిపిస్తుంది.
ఓకే. సో స్టార్ట్.
So there is a method called what? Get elements by tag name is a method. If we specify the tag name, so how many tags are available, you will get all the tags. Okay. So the tags information we stored into one object. What is that object? Student list. So it contains one student record or multiple student records. Multiple records. So I want to get the individual student record I want to get. So that's why we written a for loop. Okay. So for int I is equals to 0. Less than student list dot length or get length. So there is a method called get length is a method I plus plus. So you get the individual. So how many student records are available? That many times. This loop contain multiple tags. So node list, these are all what? Childs of. These are all childs of student. So again it contains multiple, right? Again it contains multiple. So once again we have to write one more for loop we have to write here. For change underscore student dot get length. So how many chains are there? That many times this loop is going to be repeated. This is our actual XML file. Okay. So what is the first statement we did? Get elements by tag name of student record. So how many student records are available? We will get all the list of student records. We stored all these student records into one object. What is that one? Student. It contain multiple student records, right? So that's why we written a for loop. That's why we written a for loop. First get the this object, then after that this object. Like how many records are available, get the individual objects. So you write here node stu is equal to student list of item of I. Imagine you got the first one. You got the first student record. This is available in the student object. Again, this student object contains child nodes or child elements. Okay. So here, that's why we written a method. Student dot get child nodes is a method. You will get all the list of child nodes of student. It contains multiple, right? Again, so that's why we stored into once again nodes. So we don't know how many childs are available. We don't know how many childs are available. So that's why we written a for loop. So j is equals to 0. Childs of student. How many child elements are there for the student? Repeat that many times. Okay. So now, for example, here I want to get the individual one after another inside a student. So here, node n is equals to childs underscore student dot item of which one you will get here with this statement? SID. First one SID you will get, then after that SNAME, then course. So we'll do one thing. We'll take one string variable before going to read the child records. So we'll take one string variable MSG is equal to empty. Initially MSG is equal to what? Empty. Before going to read the child records. So here MSG is equals to MSG plus n means what now? Child of student, right? Meaning which one you will get? SID. So now in the node, now here n means SID here, but SID is not having any value. Who is having the value? SID child is having a value. SID doesn't contain any value. So who is having the value? SID child is having a value. So here, if you want to get the child, n dot, there is a method called get first child is a method. Get first child. So now you will get what? SID child you will get. In this child, I want to get the value. SID dot get first child dot get node value is a method. SID dot get first child dot get node value. You will get that value. SID value you will get here. So here, this is for first time. This is for SID. For the second iteration, you will get what? SNAME you will get. We are appending that SNAME to MSG. So third one you will get again course. So course value also you will get here. We'll do one thing. I'm appending one /n here. So first we'll read one. Initially it is going to be empty was. Empty plus, let us take SID value is what? 1 to 3, right? Empty plus 1 to 3 plus /n. What will happen? Meaning you will get the string in this format. Initially it is empty plus we added 1 to 3 we added, then after that we added /n. Then after that name it will print. So plus /n. So if you print this statement, what you will get? 1 to 3. The next line you will get name and Java you will get. Okay. So like how many times this loop is going to be repeat? Inner for loop. How many times this loop is going to be repeat? How many childs are available in the student? That many times this loop is going to be repeat. And I loop is there, right? One more loop. The outer loop is there, right? So how many times this loop is going to be repeat? How many student records are available? That many times this loop is going to be repeat. So here we stored the individual student data we stored into one string variable, that is MSG. So before going to read the next student record, I want to print this value. Let us take system.out.println of MSG. So because when you read next record, again MSG is going to be empty, right? because we created this MSG, we created this string variable inside this for loop. So what is the scope of this variable? Up to this for loop, right? So once again, if you read the next record, this MSG is going to be empty again. So before going to read the next record, we are printing that value. One student record is completed, we are printing the student record. So next, once again, it is going to read the next student record. Like how many student records are there? That means that this loop is going to be written. Okay. So if everything is fine, then it will print the 3 record values it will print here. Okay. So we had to add some import statements. So tell me what are the imports we had to import? Import org.w3c.dom.star. Tell me, in our last class again, right? Some import statements. Import java.io.star. javax dot parsers dot okay. Good job. Transform. We are not writing the data into XML file. Right? Just only we are reading the data. So no need of the transform logic. Watch.w3c.dom is also completed. So dom read tester Java. So clarity చెప్పండి మీరు రెండుసార్లు చెప్పారు కదా. సో parsers.dom ఇంకోట I no need your support. My compiler is there. I'll tell you, okay. So we stored DOM read test. So first go to the path. So Java C. DOM read test.java. It's not new instance. It's new document builder. Node list. In which class this node list is available? In which package? Last class asked. So IO imported, parsers also we imported, transform we don't need, javax.xml dot soap.node javax.xml dot soap.node document element string result. Soap.node javax.xml dot soap dot in capital under. is saying unable to find. The last class on node list create cheyaleda. So now we need a node list rate. So let's search where this node list is available, which package it is available. Huh? Download. Eclipse er వాడుతున్నారా? ప్యాకేజ్ నేమ్ చెప్పు డైరెక్ట్. నోట్ లిస్ట్ గా మనకు కావాల్సింది. లాస్ట్ క్లాస్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ అయితే L smaller capital H. అయిపోయింది, సాల్వ్ అయిపోయింది. So this logic will throw an exception. Put the entire logic, the main method logic, put in the entire logic into try catch. So there is no any issues. So Java DOM read test. So why there is no any output? Read చేసి ప్రింట్ చేయాలి కదా. String path is equals to file name is correct. Path desktop Java program students.xml. The file name is correct. Next. Convert this one to file object. File f is equals to new file of path. The db.parse method will specify the file object will specify. Get elements by tag name of student. If any exception is raised, just for confirmation, we'll write one SOP statement in the exception block. System.out.println of. So exception is raised, understand? So if any exception is raised, it is going to call the cache block. Exception is raised where both files are available in the same location, right? So I'll do one thing. First place there is no exception. Second place also there is no exception. Third, meaning here up to this one there is no any exception. Second place also there is no any exception. We'll do one thing. In place of this number, for example, student list dot, there is a method called getLength is a method. We'll see how many records are available. It will print you what is the length. So we got 3. So it is reading how many student records are available. So up to this one, there is no any exception. Next. So after completion of this for loop, it is printing an exception. So there is some problem here only. I is equals to 0. Student list of get length of I plus plus. The problem is here inside this for loop. Get so what it is printing? 7. But we don't have 7 child records, right? So I understood where is the problem. We created an XML file, right? We created an XML file we created. A real XML file should not contain any spaces and not even enters also. Okay. Actually, this is not a valid XML file. If XML tag contains any enter, it will treat that is also a chain. So now this is a valid XML file. The XML file, okay, doesn't contain any enters and doesn't contain any spaces also. If the XML file contain any enter, it is also treated as a chain. So that's why previously we got seven chain elements we got inside a student. Okay, so that is not a valid XML file. This is a valid XML file. So now we'll test. So previously we got 7, right? Java. So we got the 3, 1, 2, 3. So 3 what? 3 is a size. Just for my confirmation, we printed this. Okay. So this is how to read the data from the XML file. 1, 2, 3, Mahesh, Java. We got all the records. Okay. So previously, what is the XML file we created? That is not the valid XML file. This is a valid XML file. Okay, a valid XML file doesn't contain any enters. So you want to take so fast note just. Is it visible? కనబడుతుందా? Logic is very simple. So next, I don't want to read all the student records. For example, I'll specify some specific student ID. Like I want to read the data from only from 1 to 3 record, or I want to read the data from only from 1 to 4 record. I'll give a student ID. I'll give. So based on that student ID, I want to print the value. If we say completed, then we'll start. Completed. So what is the requirement? I don't want to read all the student records. So user is going to give a particular student ID. Based on that ID, the user values are available with that ID. Just print the values. This is a requirement. Happy? So here, first get the input from the user before going to read the data from the XML file. So first, get the input from the user. Let us take string student ID is equals to, how to get the input? New scanner of system.in, or you can specify s of 0. So through command line arguments, I'll give the student ID. Okay, student ID is equals to s of 0. So user is going to give. So from in the command line, take a boolean variable which is having a false variable found initial equals to what? False. So now the requirement, how many student records are available, that many times this loop is going to be repeat, right? This I loop is going to be repeat. Then this inner J loop is going to be repeat for the child records inside a student. Here, if found is true, then only. So this boolean false will declare inside the for loop for each and every. Okay, how many student records are available? Not found is false. If found, meaning if found is, then only add to the MS true. So here I'll write the logic. If n dot so you'll see what are the methods in the node. Org dot w3c dot dom dot node. Okay. So here I want to get that name. Should be third. Set no. Is there any method called get tag name? Is there any method to get the tag name? get first child, last child, get attribute, insert, replace, remove, append. Local name, maybe something. Get local name. Should be a method. Get tag name or get element name. So what is the method name? Get node name is a method. So you'll get the tag name. Okay. So here, if found is true, then nothing was just user is from which we can't repeat the data. User is doing the keyboard. So this is how to read the data from only one particular record. Okay. మందికి నేను చూస్తాను. సో ప్రీవియస్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ అర్థమైందా? స్టార్ట్ డేట్ అని ఇచ్చేసి 100 అని ఇస్తే ఆటోమేటిక్గా ఎండ్ డేట్ వాల్యూ ఎండ్ డేట్ ఇచ్చేసి 100 ఇస్తే ఆటోమేటిక్గా స్టార్టింగ్ డేట్ రావాలి. సో ఇది ఈ ఫంక్షనాలిటీ రావాలి. ఎలా ఇస్తారు చెప్పండి? It's not that much easy. So he's struggling a lot for the last 6 months. స్టార్టెడ్ కంటే ఎండ్ డేట్ ఎప్పుడు ఎక్కువ ఉండాలి, ఎండ్ డేట్ కంటే స్టార్టెడ్ ఎప్పుడు తక్కువ ఉండాలి. ఒకవేళ స్టార్టెడ్ ఇచ్చేసి డేట్ ఇచ్చినప్పుడు ఆటోమేటిక్ గా ఎండ్ డేట్ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ ఎండ్ డేట్ డిస్ప్లే చేయాలి. ఎండ్ డేట్ ఇచ్చేసి డేస్ ఇచ్చినప్పుడు ఆటోమేటిక్ గా స్టార్టింగ్ డేస్ రావాలి. I have a solution for that. What I did is I created an XML file. I created an XML file. In that XML file, I created all the days I created. I'll show you. మ్యాటర్ ఏంటంటే అబ్బాయికి XML పార్సింగ్ అని XML గురించి అని ఐడియా లేదు. If he knows about XML and XML parsing, so this is one solution. So నేను XML లో ఏం చేశానంటే, సో ఇయర్ లో ఉన్న డేస్ ఉంటాయి కదా మొత్తం అంతా ఫ్రమ్ 1 to 365. సో ఫర్ ఈచ్ డే ఐ గివెన్ ఆన్ డే ఇండెక్స్. Day 1 what is the date, second what is the date, అంటే ఫస్ట్ 1 month వరకు ఓకే. ఎంతవరకు వస్తుంది అప్పుడు 30 or 31st. 31st you will get all the list of 31st days. From 2nd February 1st అంటే నా ఇండెక్స్ లో ఏముంటుందంటే 33, 34, 35 like that you will get. In Java there is a class called calendar. util package లో calendar ఒక క్లాస్ ఉంటుంది. సో ఆ క్యాలెండర్ క్లాస్ లో ఇయర్ లో ఈ రోజు డేట్ ఇండెక్స్ ఏంటో చెప్తుంది. For example, now it's May, right? May in the sense, let us take approximately, let us take 30 into 5. Let us take approximately today day you will get 144 or 143 like that you will get. The day index you will get in the year, just unkondi boss, 142 or 143 వస్తుంది అనుకోండి. Of course, date వస్తుంది as well as day index కూడా వస్తుంది ఇయర్ లో. ఇప్పుడు నా రిక్వైర్మెంట్ ఏంటి? స్టార్టింగ్ డే ఇస్తాడు. ఆ డే ఇచ్చినప్పుడు ఆటోమేటిక్ గా యూజర్ నా డే ఇండెక్స్ ఏంటో నేను క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు కదా. కరెక్ట్ ఆర్ నాట్ బాస్? డే ఉంది, నా డే ఇండెక్స్ నా డేటాబేస్ లో. సో వాడు డే ఇచ్చినప్పుడు నేను డే ఇండెక్స్ ఏంటి నా దగ్గర ఉంటుంది. సో వాడు ఏం చేస్తాడంటే, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ స్టార్టింగ్ డేట్ ఇచ్చేసి 50 ఇచ్చాడు అనుకోండి. సో ఆల్రెడీ హ్యావ్ ఎ డే ఇండెక్స్. సో ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఈ రోజు డేట్ కి ఇది ఇండెక్స్, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ 55. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ వాడు 100 అని ఇచ్చాడు అనుకోండి, 100 ప్లస్ 155. సో ఈ 155 ఇండెక్స్ లో ఏదైతే డే ఉంటుందో ఆ డేని నేను సెకండ్ టెక్స్ట్ బాక్స్ లో డిస్ప్లే చేస్తాను. సో వేర్ ఐ స్టోర్ ద డే అండ్ డే ఇండెక్స్ in the XML file. In the XML file I stored the day and day index values. Actually app open అవ్వట్లేదు, maybe net issue అనుకుంటా. సో ఇంకోటి ఏంటంటే వీక్ కూడా. సో ప్రీవియస్ వీక్స్, let us take I want to get the next week information, or I want to get next week information. So user next అని క్లిక్ చేసుకున్నప్పుడు నెక్స్ట్ వీక్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ డిస్ప్లే చేసుకుంటే వెళ్ళాలి. అక్కడ కూడా నాకేంటి సేమ్ ప్రాబ్లం. సో వాట్ ఐ డిడ్ ఈస్ సేమ్ లైక్ డే, ఇయర్ లో వీక్ కూడా ఇండెక్స్ ఉంటుంది. అంటే this is the first week index, these are the days. Second week index, these are the days. Third week index, these are the days. సో యూజర్ నెక్స్ట్ అని క్లిక్ చేసినప్పుడు, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ దిస్ ఈస్ ద వీక్ ఇండెక్స్ ఆఫ్ 13 అనుకోండి. నెక్స్ట్ అని క్లిక్ చేసినప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలి? 14 ఇండెక్స్ లో ఉన్న డేస్ డిస్ప్లే చేయాలి. సో వేర్ ఐ స్టోర్డ్ ఆల్ ద వాల్యూస్, అగైన్ ఐ స్టోర్డ్ ఇన్ XML. అంటే ఈ డే ఇండెక్స్, వీక్ ఇండెక్స్ ఇవన్నీ స్టోర్ చేయడానికి ఐ రిటర్న్ వన్ స్మాల్ ప్రోగ్రామ్. ఐ రిటర్న్ జస్ట్ ఆ ప్రోగ్రామ్ రన్ చేస్తే మీరు ఒక 50 years ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ మీకు XML ఫైల్లో స్టోర్ అవుతుంది. అంటే ఏ ఇయర్ లో, ఏ వీక్ లో, ఏ డే వస్తుంది. సో ఆ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అంతా ఐ క్రియేటెడ్ ఆన్ XML ఫైల్. ఐ క్రియేటెడ్. మై జూనియర్ డోంట్ నో హౌ టు క్రియేట్ దట్ XML ఫైల్. ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ అంటే హల్లువల్ లాంటి అప్లికేషన్స్ వస్తాయని ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేయద్దాం. సమ్ టైమ్స్ జుట్టు పీక్కుని తల బాదుకునే రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్ కూడా ఉంటాయి. దిస్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో వన్ ఆఫ్ ద రిక్వైర్మెంట్. తన 6 నెలల నుంచి అదే పని చేస్తున్నాడు ఈ రిక్వైర్మెంట్ కోసం. టెస్టర్స్ ఊకే ఉంటారా మీకు? ఇన్ యువర్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ డెవలపర్స్ ఆర్ దేర్, టెస్టర్స్ ఆర్ దేర్, రైట్? టెస్టర్స్ వాళ్ళు ఏంటంటే వాళ్ళు ఆ బగ్ ని క్లియర్ చేసేంత వరకు దే విల్ షో ద రియల్ టార్చర్ ఫర్ యూ. Really, they will show the real torture. Let us take, we'll call Mantis. We raise this Mantis, still the Mantis is not closed. Every day, he will send a mail to my project manager. So these are the still remaining bugs. My project manager will call me and they will say, why these bugs are not closed? Real torture was nizanga. వాళ్ళకి ఏంటంటే టెస్టర్ ఏంటంటే వాళ్ళకి ఎన్ని బగ్స్ చూపించుకుంటే దే ఆర్ అంత గ్రేట్ అనమాట. వాళ్ళకి ఏదైనా బగ్ దొరికింది అనుకోండి, దే విల్ ఫీల్ వెరీ హ్యాపీ. ఎంత హ్యాపీ అంటే చెప్పలేము మాటల ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్స్. దే విల్ కమ్ ఇమీడియట్లీ, దిస్ ఇస్ అ బగ్ వీ ఫౌండ్. యాక్చువల్లీ వీ ఆల్సో నో దట్ వన్. See, a good programmer is a good tester, boss. A good programmer is a good tester. If you are really a very good programmer, you will write the code like that. నేను రాసిన కోడ్ లో బగ్స్ దొరకవు. ఎందుకంటే ఐ నో వేర్ ద బగ్స్. సో ఐ విల్ నాట్ గివ్ ద ఛాన్స్. ఫ్రెషర్స్ ఉంటారు కదా పాపం. సి ఎంటైర్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఐ కెన్ నాట్ డెవలప్, రైట్? డెఫినెట్లీ ఐ హ్యావ్ టు గివ్ సమ్ టాస్క్ టు మై జూనియర్స్ ఆల్సో. సో వాళ్ళు చేసిన దాంట్లో డెఫినెట్గా కొన్ని బగ్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఆల్రెడీ వాళ్ళకు కూడా తెలుసు ఇది బగ్ అని, వాళ్ళకు కూడా తెలుసు. బట్ ఏంటంటే ఇది కనుక్కోలేరు అని చెప్పి అట్లా దాచేస్తారనమాట. టెస్టర్స్ కి రోజంతా పని ఏముంటది? ఫ్రమ్ మార్నింగ్ టు ఈవినింగ్ దే విల్ ఆల్వేస్ సర్చ్ ఫర్ బగ్స్. నువ్వు క్లారిఫై చేసేంత వరకు వాళ్ళు నేను వదలరు. సో హియర్ అల్టిమేట్లీ the lesson of the story is what, to avoid that problem you had to know the XML కనుక తెలిసి ఉంటే, so then he will follow that whatever I followed. So he also will follow. Of course, it may be one of the solution. ఇది ఒక్కటే సొల్యూషన్ అని చెప్పట్లా, వన్ ఆఫ్ ద సొల్యూషన్ నా రిక్వైర్మెంట్ కి. Okay. So here, up to these statements it's okay. These statements are okay. To work with down parser, we have to create it mainly. We need an object of this one. We need the document object. If you want to create a new document, you will specify builder.new document. But we are not creating a new document. Already the XML file is available. We are opening the XML file by using this parse method. But directly cannot get the document object. So to get the document object, first we have to get the document builder object. We have to get. To get the document builder object, first we have to create a builder factory object. We have to create. Yesterday I already told you. What is it called factory? Factory is another design pattern in Java, which is having the capability of creating its own object and return the object. So here, when you call this new instance method, the document builder factory, this method will create you and will return the object of each class, factory class. So up to these 3 or 4 lines of logic are clear, right? So what is the next one? Node list. So here is get elements by tag name is a method. If you specify the tag name, it will get the data from the tag. You are writing JavaScript code, right? JavaScript. So in JavaScript also we use this method. Which method? Get elements by ID or get element by name is also there. Internally, you know, JavaScript also using the DOM parser. Internally, JavaScript also using what? JavaScript. We'll specify an ID. I told you that HTML is introduced from XML. So to get the XML data, definitely you have to write some XML parsers, right? JavaScript also internally writes the Java DOM parser only for reading the data. So we are specifying the tag name we are specifying here. Because I want to get the data from student tag, I want to get the data. But you will not get one student record, right? There are multiple student records are there. To go the multiple student records, we created a node list. In case of one tag, we specify node. In case of multiple tags, so you get all the student records we get, and we stored all the student records into one node list object, that is student list. So it contains multiple values. That's why we created one for loop we created. So for int I is equals to 0, I is the student list dot get length I plus plus. So initially we taken one boolean variable, found is what? False. Next, from the list we are getting the individual student object we are getting. The individual student object also contains nothing. The student. So who contains the data? Who contains the data? Data. The chains. Who contains the data? Chains contain the data. So that's why we return student dot get chain nodes is a method. You'll get all the chain nodes. Again, you will get a single node or multiple nodes. Multiple nodes. So that's why we created one more node list we created. So to read the multiple nodes, again we created a for loop, get the individual chain record. So here we are writing the logic. If this node name is equals with SID and the value is equals with the user given value, then only just to take it on boolean variable, then only print the value. Okay. Just try to understand. The complex logic, just hardly you had to practice 1 or 2 times. That's it. Definitely you'll understand. Initially, I started my career as a game developer. I told you, right? A lot of times I told you. I started my career as a game developer. First time I went to an interview. I don't know, it's a gaming company. My dream is I want to. 2008, 2007 lo unnapudu, I heard a lot of times about 7Cs. 7Cs is another gaming company. It's one of the number one gaming company in India. It's not MNC, of course. It's in India. 7C is the number one gaming company. So a lot of times I see in the newspapers, in the TV channels, even in the movies also. Even in the movies also, first you will get 7C's entertainment, you will get screen. So a lot of times I see in the screen, and then one time, so నాకు 7C's లో జాబ్ వస్తే బాగుంటుందా, because I see a lot of games. వాళ్ళ గేమ్స్ చాలా ఆడాను అనమాట ఆన్లైన్ లో. So finally one day I got a call. There are some openings in 7C's entertainment or 7C's technologies. So I went to interview. Almost 7 rounds they conducted. After 7 rounds I got a job. Salary is how much, you know? For 8,000 salary, they conducted almost 7 rounds they conducted. ఎంత ఫిల్టర్ చేస్తారంటే, okay. So I went to interview. Technical round, up to technical round is okay, fine. For example, మీరు ఆన్ క్యాంపస్ కాకుండా ఆఫ్ క్యాంపస్ మీరు ఇంటర్వ్యూ వెళ్తే మెయిన్ థింగ్ ఈస్ వాట్ యు నో, సిస్టమ్ టెస్ట్. వాట్ ఇస్ ద మెయిన్ వన్? సిస్టమ్ టెస్ట్. అఫ్ కోర్స్ ఎంఎన్సీ లెవెల్ ఏం చూడాలనుకోండి, సిస్టమ్ టెస్ట్ లెవెల్ ఏం ఉంటుంది. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మీడియం లెవెల్ కంపెనీ ఆర్ స్మాల్ కంపెనీస్, ఇఫ్ యూ గో టు సమ్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ, mainly they will concentrate on the system test. They will give some task to you. They will give some task and you have to do that. I went to interview, they given a task, develop this game. I don't know anything in game, boss. Game development lo ABCD kuda raw, boss. Aటువంటి 2-3 hours time ఇచ్చేసి game develop చేయాలంటే మీరు చేస్తారా? No, right? So I also given the same answer. So they given an URL. So www.eduforjava.com. What is the website? because you'll find very good tutorials also. That's why I opened this site. Some people are asking, sir, tell me any Java books. Books are waste, boss. Frankly చెప్పాలంటే nothing you relate with books. 600 పేజీలు 700 పేజీలు సోది తప్ప ఏముండదు అంతేనా. సో ఫాలో సమ్ blogs or some tutorials. You will find very good information, topic by topic you will get very good information. So they also given this URL. In this URL you will find the game tutorials. In this URL you will find the game tutorials. So learn the game tutorial, learn any one of the game. Learn any one of the game and come to the interview they given. So I open this one. The game programming, Android game development. So here they given a sample game code they given. How many lines of game code you know? 54 pages. Lines, I have not counted the lines. Just pages is 54 pages. First time, it's a big cinema. Second time is also big cinema. Up to 10 times, nothing was. Even a line of logic kuda arthamai kada. But it's very important for me to get a job. Because I don't have a chance to enter into MNCs because I don't have percentages at that time. MNC lo kavalante percentages e kavali. So it's very important for me. Definitely I had to say that because the company is also my dream company, right? ఎన్నోసార్లు అనుకున్నా 7 seats లోకి ఎంటర్ అవ్వాలి 7 seats లోకి వెళ్ళాలి. So I prepared this game. I taken a printout, a 54 pages printout this. How many times I practiced, you know? Almost 70 times I practiced the same game. The game name is Kill Them All. What is the game title? Kill Them All is the title. In my Eclipse workspace, Kill Them All 1, Kill Them All 2, Kill Them All 3, Kill Them All 4, Kill Them All 5, almost 70 times I prepared the same game. So finally I understood how to build gaming applications in Android. So I am very confident after 70 times I can develop any type of game in Android. So I went to interview. Which game they given, you know? You know snake game? It's the same thing. Develop this snake game. I expected they will give the same game. But they given develop a snake game. చూడడానికి చాలా సింపుల్ ఉంటుంది బాస్. డెవలప్ చేయడానికి చుక్కలు కనిపిస్తాయి కదా సార్. దిస్ మూమెంట్ వి కెన్ మూవ్. అంటే టాప్ అప్ ఆరో ప్రెస్ చేసిన అప్ వెళ్ళాలి, సైడ్ ఆరో ప్రెస్ చేసిన సైడ్కి వెళ్ళాలి, రైట్ ఆరో ప్రెస్ రైట్కి వెళ్ళాలి, బాటంకి. నెక్స్ట్ ఏదైనా ఒకటి కొలిజన్ హ్యాపన్ అయినప్పుడు అంటే తగిలినప్పుడు టైల్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అవ్వాలి. సో అంతవరకు ఓకే ఫైన్. టైల్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అయిన తర్వాత ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇట్లా మూవ్ అవుతుంది అనుకోండి. ఇఫ్ యూజర్ ఈ సెలెక్టెడ్ అప్ బటన్, ఎక్కడి నుంచి అప్ తిరగాలి? ఓన్లీ ఫేస్ నుంచి కదా, అంటే ఈ పొజిషన్ నుంచి అప్ అవ్వాలి. మనం అప్ ప్రెస్ చేసాం అనుకోండి మొత్తం ఇదంతా డౌన్ అయిపోతుంది అనమాట. 80% ఆఫ్ ద గేమ్ ఈజ్ కంప్లీటెడ్ రైట్. 20% కాంప్రమైజ్ అవ్వచ్చు కదా. సో ఫ్రెషర్ 80% ఆఫ్ ద గేమ్ వర్క్ చేశాడు. సో ఆ రిమైనింగ్ 20% వరకు మనం ఇవ్వచ్చు కదా. How many days you want to take it? You can take. So every day I'll go to 9 o'clock, I'll come to 6:30. The third day, game is completed. And that third one అయిపోయింది అన్నమాట. So here, first time in programming, nothing you learn was, nothing you will get first of all. But don't leave it. 2-3 times if you do practice, definitely you'll understand. I developed my own game, you know, business management. planning to start a gaming company also. Really, boss? Company name. Feature anywhere if you put that name. Times a lot of times we read the data from XML file. So what is the next one? How to update the data. How to update the data in XML file. Update the data in XML file. I'll do one thing. So, okay. So if you want a reference, you can keep this as a reference. So what is the next class? I want to update. There is an employee with the name 123 SID is Mahesh and Java, right? So now I want to update that Java to, let us take what is the requirement to .NET I want to update. So user is with whom? That is found. What we are updating, we are appending to the MSG. Now this MSG is not available here. We are not printing the value, right? We are not printing the value. So here, right now, if it is reading the data from the student ID and the student value is equals with the user given value, then we found is equals to true. Next, if found is true and node name dot equals ignore case, sorry, or equals which one? Codes. So I want to update this value. I want to update. So n dot get first child dot set node value. Previously, if you want to get the value, what is the method we used? Get node value method we used. So now if you want to set the value, what is the method name? Set node value is a method. So which value you want to set? I want to update to .NET. So previously Java codes is available in 1, 2, 3. Now I want to update that one to .NET. So have you understood this logic? Right now it is reading the data from the SID tag and the value is equal to the user given value. So we take a boolean variable found is. If record is available and right now if it is reading the data from the code stack, I want to update that value to .NET. Okay. So we did some modifications, right? We did some modification in the XML file. Previously, just only we are reading the data from the XML file. Now we did some modifications. If we did any modifications, we had to recreate the XML file. How to recreate the XML file? How to recreate the XML file? The transformer logic. Transformer factory. So T factory is equals to transformer factory dot new instance. Next, transformer T is equals to your transformer factory object dot, what is the method name? New transformer. have you remember this transform method? In this transformer class, we have a method. What is the method name? Transform method. For this transform method, you have to specify two parameters. You have to specify. What are the two parameters? Source and the DOM source. Source is equals to new DOM source of document object. And what is the next one? Stream result is equals to. So before that, we want to store the file. So file output. So already we have a path. Directly we'll specify the path object. Stream is the file output stream object. Transformer.transform your source object, and second one is the object. Just save it. Okay, update the XML file. So Java C, we had to make some imports because previously we have not written the transform. We written the import Java X dot XML dot transform. Java X dot XML dot now dot start. Wait, the exception is raised. Wow. With error. Error type చేస్తున్నారు parallel గా. is end dot get node name dot equals of clear 124 user is going to give one student ID. I want to remove that entire student record. I want to remove. So this is a requirement. So we'll create one more. Just we'll save as this one. I am creating a separate files. I am creating here just for your reference. నేను మళ్ళీ వెళ్ళిపోయాక రేపు ఒకసారి enter. N means what here? We written inside a J loop we written, right? Meaning you will get SID, SName, next codes. So here I'm writing here if student record is available n dot get parent node. Parent node means what? Okay. So it will remove this one is there, right? This student node is there, right? Now open the XML file. So that 1, 2, 3 student record is removed. So what is the logic? Right now, ఇంకా పెద్ద స్మైల్స్ కరెక్టే కదా, అందుకే ఒక మెడల్ ఇస్తున్నారు. They don't know the concept value. HTML, CSS లాంటి stupid things కి టైం వేస్ట్ చేసుకోకుండా అటువంటి మీరు సొంతంగా నేర్చుకోవచ్చు. అంతేనా? మార్కెట్లో ఎక్కడైనా HTML, CSS చూడండి చెప్తున్నాను చూడండి ఒకసారి. ఎవరైనా చెప్తాడా? ఎందుకు చెప్పడు బాస్? మనం నేర్చుకోవచ్చు కదా. అవి నేర్చుకొని మాకు అన్ని వస్తాయని ఫీల్ అవుతాడు. ఓకే, సో దీస్ ఆర్ ద రియల్లీ యూస్ఫుల్ కాన్సెప్ట్స్. రేపు పొద్దున ఇండస్ట్రీ నీకు రిక్వైర్మెంట్ వచ్చినప్పుడు నీకు XML అంటే తెలిస్తే అప్పుడు నువ్వు చాలా చేయొచ్చు. తెలుస్తుంది ఈ రిక్వైర్మెంట్ నేను చేయాలనుకున్నట్టు. ఓకే, this is what database నాకు జావా ఉంటే నాకు శాలరీ ఇస్తారు, నాకు ఇంగ్లీష్ ఉంటే నాకు శాలరీ ఇవ్వరు. కరెక్టే కదా? బెస్ట్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్పా, మాకు ఒక చైనా కంపెనీ మాకు డివైస్ ని మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్ చేసి ఇస్తారు. డిఫరెంట్ హెల్త్ డిఫరెంట్ మెడికల్ డివైజెస్ లైక్ బీపీ మానిటర్, పల్స్, ఇవన్నీ డిఫరెంట్ డివైస్ ఇస్తారు అనమాట. ద చైనీస్ పీపుల్ దే డోంట్ నో ఇంగ్లీష్. ఇఫ్ ఐ వాంట్ టు ఆస్క్ ఎనీథింగ్, there is a mediator. If I ask anything to that mediator will contact with that people. I don't know how they are writing the code. ABCD కూడా రాకుండా కోడింగ్ రాస్తున్నారు అంటే మీరు అర్థం చేసుకోండి, అలా సంపాదించట్లేదా? Please talk like that. If you go to anywhere, which product you some MCA line, let us take the title is Master of Computer Applications. Technologies ఏవైతే నాకు సబ్జెక్టులు కానీ ఎంసీఏకి వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఇంకా మ్యాథమెటిక్స్ ఏం బాస్ 4 ఆపరేషన్స్ ప్లస్ మైనస్ ఎక్కడ యూజ్ సైన్ ఇచ్చుకున్నాం. దిస్ ఈస్ ద రైట్, అంతేనా? సో డోంట్ కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ ఆన్ unnecessary things. Concentrate on operation. So the lack of memory wastage in case of dumb parts. Unnecessarily it is loading the entire data and it is storing the data into object. And 10,000 records key. Each record is having 3 fields, right? So it will allocate some data or not? Yes, it will allocate. It is going to allocate. A lot of memory it is going to allocate. So for reading the data, DOM parser is not preferred for reading the data. This is preferred only for creating, deleting or deleting operations. It's not preferred. reading the data, and it's a sequential execution. It's a sequential execution. It will not get the data into your
తీసేవా తీసి
ఇందులో కాపీ చేస్తాను ఎప్పుడు ఎలా ఇప్పుడు నువ్వు కాపీ చేస్తుంది నాకలా
లేదు
మళ్ళీ చెప్తారు కదా మళ్ళీ చేసుకోవచ్చు కదా అంటున్నాను వెళ్ళేటప్పుడు.
అప్పుడు చేసేసి అయితే అప్పుడే చేయాలి సో క్రియేట్ అప్డేట్ కావాలి సార్ నాకు
డైరెక్ట్ ఇంటనే ఇవాళ
ఇందులోకి వేయలేదు సార్
అయిపోయేది అంటే
అయిపోయింది ఇందులో ఇప్పుడు వరకు
Today's the last. చేసేదన్నా So access the read-only parser and it is a sequential execution. execute line after another. Okay. Sax is providing a supporting class called Sax is providing a supporting class called Sax is providing a supporting class called default handler for reading the data. So it is providing one class for reading the data and supporting class it is providing is default handler is the following are major element, and end document. So these are the 5 major methods in the default handler class: start document, start element, characters, end element, and end document. It's a sequential execution, line after another. So based on that, it is going to call the appropriate method. Okay. So for example, this is our XML file, right? So before we going to start reading the data, from the XML file. So now which method is going to be called? At this position, so it is not started reading the start element of only these 5 methods, right? Start document, start element, characters, end element, and document. So this SID also is going to go start element. The tag contains some data. At that time, it is going to go characters. Next, end element. Next. Start element. So sequential execution, line after another, will execute line after another. So based on that, for example, from which record you want to read the data, directly you can read only from that particular record. It's not like DOM parser. They are not storing the entire XML data into object. We will not store. Okay. It's a sequential execution, line by line. So if it is requirement of storing this particular record data, you can store it. Okay. So Sax parser is preferred for reading the data. Okay. So in DOM parser, we have a support of random access. In DOM parser, we have a support of what? Random access. Okay. In Sax parser, we don't have a support of random access. I told you, right? There are 10,000 records are there. I want to read 9,999 records. In case of DOM parser, it will load all the data into an object. So you can access any record you can access. Basically, the problem is memory problem in case of DOM parser. For example, I want to get only 9,999 records. Only to get the record. But to get the record, unnecessarily we are storing remaining 9,999 records. We are storing into object. That is a problem in case of DOM parser. In case of Sax parser, suppose you want to read only 9,999 record, but it's a sequential execution, right? Even if you want to get only this record, to read all the data. It's a sequential execution, right? All the records. But Sax is preferred for reading. Because in case of DOM, but here we don't have any memory usage. In case of DOM parser, there is support of random access. But in case of Sax parser, we don't have random access support. It's a sequential execution. So we'll see how to read the data from this XML file by using Sax parser. see how to read the data from this XML file by using SAX parser. Basically, you will never get a requirement of using these two things, the start document and end document. Mainly, we use these three methods. Only SAX parser. So create an object for SAX parser. Parser is equals to the SAX parser factory object dot new SAX parser. Object you will get here. SAX this parse method, you had to specify parameters, you had to specify the default, read the data. String path is equals to specify the file object here from which file you data. File object file f is equals to file of path. Three methods. The three methods are start docs. The three methods are start element, characters, and end element. So we had to provide the implementation for these three methods. Start element, character, So here the package name org sax dot. This is our method course. In Java package, this one is this is available st.org. Like we have another two methods. Character. So copy this method up to the this. This is another method. So what is the next one? Start element, characters and end element. Just I'm saving this file. First we'll test up to this one we are getting any exceptions or not. So we have to import some statements, right? So import java.io.struct, the first one where we are using the files concept we are using. Next, import registers in a package java.org.xml.sax. Sax parser. Test. Java.lang. What is the package name with lang? Ja- The cursor and give control space. That's it. So in this one, ID is a Eclipse. So these are the three methods and elements. So based on these three methods, you had log data from the method is going to be called. The tag contains So new string of character start comma or system the local variable ms is access Rajesh Android. So you can read the data by using sax parser, lines of logic, that's it. So term parser. So how much logic written? So this is the logic which is used to read the data from XML file. This. So it closes XML part. Of course, discuss JAXB parser or we'll start. Android will start. Just half an hour time. object so we'll discuss the remaining two things చెప్తున్నాను కదా మీకు రాసుకుంటారా
So start. Keep one point in your mind. Marketplace for jobs in Java programmer. So value ఇచ్చేది జావాకి value ఎందుకు value is something is take the implement the top people will give the priority for Java, then the second way people will give the priority. priority for dot. Okay. The third grade people will give priority for